Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 329, Goodfellas. My name is Eric the Spick.
Whoa. My name is Joe. The Joe. I had no warning that was coming. And it made me uncomfortable. My name's Joey Blue Eyes. How yous?
I'm doing alright.
Alright. Oh my god. This is just so many levels of offensive.
It didn't feel great coming out, so, you know.
Oh boy. Good God.
I mean, I couldn't use Eric roast beef, that's already taken.
That's true, that is already taken, yeah. Also, Eric no-nose.
I mean, I have a nose.
Well, you know what? That guy had a nose too, but they still
sure.
call him whatever no-nose.
It's true.
Maybe it's because he's always telling people no. Like everything's a no-no.
Could be. New no-nos.
New no-nos. Oh no. Eric Paul Rust over here. Good lord. Oh, fine gentlemen. Nice guys.
Definitely nice guys.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
I don't know that they really needed to spell out why it was called Goodfellas
No.
in the movie.
It seemed forced.
It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But alright, whatever.
Sure, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
They had to get the titular line in somehow.
I guess they did.
That's Martin Scorsese's specialty.
That's true.
This surely was the last temptation of Christ.
That's right. Man, at the end of the movie, you could say that all those guys really were the Departed. If only they'd had someone to fly their plane for them. The Aviator, you could say. Or even just a taxi driver to take them to the airport.
That guy sure is a raging bull.
You talking about Joey Pesci?
Him too.
He needs to go to the casino and just have a good time.
Yep. So who amongst our group of friends is Tommy?
Ooh. I don't think we have one.
That's good.
Yeah. I think there used to be one who worked at Mavericks. And I don't know what happened to him.
All right.
And I'm okay with it.
Same.
I used to be Tommy for a while. And then I got medicated.
I probably was a Tommy for a little while myself, and then I realized that you're just being an asshole.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just stop.
That's true. Oh boy. Yeah. No, no, boy. Joe Pesci is doing a thing.
He really is.
And he's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've seen this movie before?
I have. It's probably been about 20-some years since I last watched it.
Okay.
But maybe longer, I'm not sure.
Okay.
The only part that I honestly really remembered was the prison cooking scene.
Okay.
Just really stuck out to me. It was
Interesting.
just like, yeah, I like food.
I mean, the part about cutting the garlic super thin,
right? With
so that
the razor blade
liquefies in the pan.
Yeah,
that I feel like is going to stick with me. Like, that's so smart.
I mean, that is literally the part that sticks with me the most out of that. Yeah. And then where he's paranoid about the helicopter.
Yeah.
You know, those were the two parts I really remembered.
When the helicopter first appeared, you're a Freedom listener as well. So I immediately thought, he's looking for someone, helicopter. And he really was looking for someone. He was looking for Henry Hill.
Yes.
This is a true story.
This is a true story. This is based on a true.
Interesting.
Yep.
Not one of those usual make-em-ups.
Nope, not a make-em-up.
Okay.
Yep, not a fictional.
Okay. Oh, boy. I didn't realize that this movie was a comedy.
It is a lot funnier than I remembered.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I loved it. Like, obviously I don't know what being in the mob is really like.
I would hope not.
But, this feels like a satire. And I love it.
I think it's I mean, you're right. It really does. Which makes the sort of general reaction to this movie that, like, people seem to think that it glamorizes the mob lifestyle.
Yeah.
It clearly does not.
Yeah, no, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there are parts that look nice.
Well, sure.
Admittedly. But it's far outweighed by the parts that look terrible.
Right. I mean, I'll be honest. When I saw the Hills and their 80s home after he gets out of prison, I thought, this is just disgusting.
Yeah. Man, he looks so bad when he's on cocaine. They did a really good job of making Ray Liotta look just terrible.
I feel like that may have just been Ray Liotta.
Yeah? Uh-oh.
I mean, I have nothing to fall back on with that, but...
So did they do a really good job of making him look not terrible for the rest of the movie?
Possibly!
Okay, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
Probably no. You know what? Rest in peace, Ray Liotta.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Because he's amazing. I still have not seen your last movie, Ray Liotta, a.k.a. Cocaine Bear.
Right.
But I plan to someday.
I assume it's a sequel to this.
I would hope.
So much experience playing on cocaine, if not already just on cocaine.
I mean, I do believe Ray Liotta is the Cocaine Bear in the movie.
Is he really?
No.
Interesting. Okay, I could see that. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, Goodfellas, 1990?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese picture?
A Scorsese.
Yes.
Starring Martin Scorsese's mother.
Yeah, that's nice.
Just talking to the camera.
Yeah. She really just, straight down the barrel. Loved it. She's just looking at her son to make sure she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was quaint. and it's a comedic role. So, it works.
Playing Joe Pesci's mother.
Yeah, there's two characters who break. There were three characters who break the fourth wall in this movie.
Who's the third?
Well, I guess if you consider Lorraine Bracco's voiceover,
sure, okay.
Fourth wall breaking, which I guess maybe not.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
I am glad that the dual narration did not last the whole time.
Yeah,
it threw me at first.
It's a bit much. I'm usually not a huge fan of a movie with narration.
Yeah.
But because halfway through, I was just like, why isn't this bothering me the way it would with any other movie?
Yeah.
And probably because I think most other movies that use narration, they're underwritten, and the narration there is to fill in gaps.
Yeah.
And this clearly is not.
Yeah.
It is part of the story, so it works for the most part. The dual part is the fact that there are two separate narrations going on simultaneously is a little much at times, but mostly fine.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't overlap or anything. That would have been strange.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's just like when her voice came in over what was happening, I was like, oh, okay,
right.
That's strange. But yeah, no, she's great.
Yeah, Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah.
I've literally only ever seen her in this and The Sopranos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought she was on The Sopranos as well.
Yep. Show I gave up watching most of the way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, how far in were you before you were like, oh, I'm done with this?
Like season 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were in, what, 6?
6, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to the second to last episode and were like, yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I do know what happens in the last episode.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I gave it a fair shot, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And it just was never doing anything for me.
Yeah.
But this does have a bunch of Soprano alum in it.
Right. Or pre-lum, I guess.
Yeah.
I only know Lorraine Bracco and Michael Imperioli.
I believe Vincent Pastore was also in both.
Oh, his name sounds familiar now that you mention it.
He's just one of those guys that's in like every gangster-related type entertainment program out there.
Gotcha.
So,
He wore his own tracksuit.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, this, I've been trying to think of what other Scorsese movies I have seen.
Okay.
Scorsese films, I'm sorry.
Yes, of course.
We are talking about cinema here.
Exactly,
obviously.
yes.
I've seen Taxi Driver. I've seen Last Temptation of Christ, which I had actually forgotten was his until you just mentioned it. And I've seen The Aviator, and I saw The Departed, which I hated.
Really?
Oh, I hated The Departed so much.
All right.
I don't know what it was about it. I just did not care for it at all.
I mean, that is a fair assessment, I enjoyed it when I watched it, but also it's probably been as long, if not longer, since I've seen that too. So
I first saw it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And yeah, I just didn't care for it at all.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish I could pinpoint what it was about it that I didn't care for.
I mean, sometimes things just get overblown, overhyped, and maybe that was the case. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Leonardo DiCaprio is not a great actor. I'll throw that out there. Neither is Marky Mark.
Right. Yeah, and maybe that's what it was.
They're both in that movie.
Yeah, prominently. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I've seen Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Mean Streets, which a movie that I have zero recollection of other than I have seen it.
Okay.
King of Comedy, which of course was remade as The Joker.
I was going to say, I saw Joker. So
yeah,
does that count?
Pretty close. Not far off. Just it's the King Comedy with slightly more Batman.
Yeah, I always thought that my life was a comedy. But it turns out it was a tragedy.
Yep. What else have I seen? Ooh, After Hours, which is probably my favorite of a Scorsese. It's a comedy.
Nice.
Casino in this, I think.
Okay.
And The Departed.
Yeah. I remembered one other. I have seen No Direction Home, the Bob Dylan documentary that he made.
All right. I have not seen any of his documentaries.
Okay.
Not seen any of his religious-based movies.
Oh, I didn't know he did those.
I believe he did one about the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
In addition to the aforementioned Christ one.
Interesting.
Kunlun? Is that? I feel like that's the name of it.
I don't know. Okay. Take your word for it.
Sure. Hugo, I've never seen.
Not Hello, Dolly.
Not Hello, Dolly. I've never seen Hugo, but I think I actually own it on Blu-ray.
Okay, sure.
Because I found it at the Dollar Tree. I thought, Martin Scorsese, I could watch this eventually.
Yeah.
$1.25, sure.
Heck yeah.
New York, I've never seen. which is a musical.
Okay.
So
never will.
Yep.
All right.
He's made a lot of movies.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Films.
Yeah, pictures.
Sorry. Yeah.
He loves to make pictures, and he hates Marvel.
Yep.
2 things I know about Martin Scorsese.
You know what? After the last couple Marvel movies I've seen, I'm siding with him more and more every day.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe more than a little bit. I feel like Marvel might be over.
Yeah. But, you know, he can enjoy both.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen The Irishman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The prequel film about Robert De Niro's character in this movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know that he's often cited as like one of the best filmmakers alive and to ever have graced the silver screen. But you know, I was watching this movie, I was like, some of this is kind of not great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
This is a very good movie.
It's weird. It's a period movie.
Yeah.
Obviously. I was gonna say it feels dated. But it's a period movie. So fucking of course it does.
But you're not wrong either.
Yeah.
It does in a way still feel a little dated.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that it is a period film.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I know that it's a period piece, but there are still parts of it that, like, maybe it's the filmmaking feels dated. Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, I mean, at this point, he's 20 years into his career.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of set in his ways, and you know, it's also different than now. 30 years later, how we view movies as well. So, you know, and as much as an auteur that he is, and you know, there's still stuff that's gonna, and not that it's bad. You know, it's just stuff that we recognize as this is from a certain period of time.
Yeah.
You know, of how you made movies back then.
Yeah.
Just certain camera shots or whatever, you know, edits, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, not to say that it's bad.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No, because I think I loved this.
I mean, it's a great movie.
And it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic movie is classic.
Yep.
Damn it, it happened again.
I'm mostly just glad that you finally get to see where the Ray Liotta laughing meme comes from.
That is nice, actually. Oh boy. Yeah, there were a few things from this that I knew ahead of time.
Right.
I knew the Joe Pesci funny how.
Sure.
Am I a clown? I knew the Ray Liotta laughing meme. I knew Layla plays, but I didn't know what the context for that was.
All right.
I just knew it was from this. And then my primary exposure to it, I think, was the Animaniacs cartoon and the Goodfellas section, which is about a trio of New York pigeons. Which, for years and years, I had no idea was a spoof of this. So that's weird.
That's amazing. Oh, now you've just made me upset that the Goodfellas did not appear in the reboot of Animaniacs at all.
That was an Animaniacs thing, right? That wasn't okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't Tiny Toons. Okay.
Yeah, Animaniacs used to have a whole bunch of side cast of characters that none of them went through in the reboot, except for Pinky and the Brain.
Well, yeah, those were the hits.
I mean, I get it, but come on.
Buttons and Mindy never had their own spin-off show.
No, they didn't. But, you know, I'd like to see them every once in a while.
Yeah.
The old angry squirrel lady.
Right.
Good Feathers, of course. Chicken Boo.
Oh, I love Chicken Boo.
Right?
He wears a disguise. He's dressed like human guys, but he's not a man. He's a Chicken Boo.
Right? It's genius.
So stupid. Oh my god. I feel like stuff like that really primed me for, like, just the type of comedy that I'm into now.
You know, probably the same. Yeah.
Amazing. How was that on TV? Oh boy. So yeah.
Yeah. Good fellas.
Good feathers. Yeah, well, as I told you, as the movie started, I did not realize Robert De Niro was in this movie until 30 seconds before we started it. Like, it's always just, it's a Ray Liotta movie in my mind.
Right.
So De Niro being there, and Joe Pesci I knew was in it.
Right.
So De Niro being there was a pleasant surprise. Because I do enjoy a Robert De Niro.
He's pretty good sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's playing 29 or 59 or however the whole hell old he's supposed to be in this movie. Another weird Irishman connection.
Yeah.
A lot of actors playing below and above their ages.
Yeah. How old is Ray Liotta in this? Do you know?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I guess I could look it up.
Yeah, pocket computer.
Yeah.
But yeah, at one point he is playing a 21-year-old.
Right.
And I just laughed. Like, no, he's not. He's in his 40s.
I don't think he was that
Okay.
old. Go to the Goodfellas page. Clicking on the Ray Liotta.
Excellent.
Let's see. He was born in 54, so this movie came out in
84.
So in his mid-30s.
So yeah, 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Significantly older than he was
Yes.
supposed to be.
Yeah. But, by the time the movie ends, he is supposed to be in his mid-30s, so, it balances out, I guess.
Why cast that, then? Why not cast someone who's somewhere in the middle?
Because nobody else could play Henry Hill the way that Ray Liotta could.
I guess, that could be true.
Yeah, I mean, the kid that plays him at age 15 or whatever, does a fine job, but, once he gets into the cocky swagger of being a gangster,
right?
You need that Ray Liotta energy.
That's true. All right, I get it.
Scorsese knows what he's doing.
It's true. I shouldn't question Marty.
I mean, Willem Dafoe as Jesus, who'd have thunk it?
It's great. It works.
Never seen it.
I saw it in college, so it's been a long time. Oh boy. Yeah, so I kept waiting for there to be more plot.
Right.
But there's not really a ton of plot. It's just, this is what life is like.
Right.
As a gangster. And I think once I settled into that, for a while I thought, oh, the Lufthansa heist is going to be what ultimately leads to the end.
Right.
Or, the drugs, which I guess the drugs were ultimately. But it's a long time to get there. And by that point I was like, well, I don't know that I really need this. I'm just enjoying watching these people live their lives.
Yeah. The Lufthansa heist, I mean, plays a major role in the movie, but it's not, the centerpiece.
Yeah.
Even the drug subplot is not really anything that the movie hinges on.
Yeah.
Again, because I had forgotten most of the movie, I thought, surely hot-headed Joe Pesci is gonna, fuck something up, and that's gonna bring everything down on everybody, but nope.
I expected that too at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he does some stuff that has a comeuppance, but ultimately not really a vital part of the plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it does not really affect, Ray Liotta or Robert De Niro's characters, plot-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it affects them personally.
Right.
Because they have a personal relationship with him.
Yeah.
Is it Jimmy? Is that his name?
Jimmy, yeah.
But yeah, as far as, plot, quote unquote, whatever the plot of this movie is.
Yeah.
Beyond just here's what their lives are like, and maybe that's what the function of that is.
Yeah.
Is that you can be top of the world and then Layla plays and then you're scrounging for scraps.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If anything, this is just it's based on the book written by Nick Pileggi.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's any relation to Mitch.
I looked and I did not see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, right. No, that was my first thought as well.
But it is basically Henry Hill's memoirs about him growing up as a gangster and then eventually turning state's witness.
Yeah.
Being a rat.
Yeah.
Which is one of the two things that you should not be.
Right. I did enjoy that the two things that what was De Niro's character's name? Jimmy. That's right. That the two things that he tells him are don't talk about anything basically and keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
Which those are the same thing, sir.
Yep.
That made me laugh. That was good. That was a good joke. How do you talk about a comedy? This is a comedy, right?
It's kind of a comedy.
It's great.
It is way funnier than I remembered it being.
Yeah.
I have to feel that Scorsese knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't think the rest of the world would ever agree with us.
Yeah.
We may be the only two quote-unquote movie reviewers.
Right. We're the only ones who get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch up to us, worlds. We're geniuses.
I will say that I did, again, in my many years of watching other things between Goodfellas and today, I kind of conflated some stuff with Casino.
Okay.
But also kind of balanced out anyway.
Okay.
I knew Joe Pesci's in both, and I knew that he dies a horrible death in both, I believe.
Okay. I feel like I've seen part of Casino, and I think there came a point where I was watching it where I was like, I'm not super interested in this, and it's 3 hours, so I'm not going to finish it.
That's fine. I think I like Casino better.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But again, been a while.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try that.
All right. But I don't know. There's also some things like the needle drops.
Yeah.
Which I think Scorsese does them the best out of the sort of directors who use them to an excessive degree.
Yeah.
But it's still to an excessive degree.
It was so much. Yeah, if I have a complaint about the movie, it's that the music is kind of oppressive.
Yeah.
And just omnipresent.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's kind of like how I never want to watch the movie Scarface just because of how people who love Scarface are. I feel like there's a whole slew of directors out there who have watched Scorsese films and said, "Oh, I want to do that too."
Yeah.
And then do it poorly.
Yeah.
That have really just turned me off on Scorsese doing it.
Yeah.
And the needle drop thing is one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much.
Yeah. I remember, what's that movie that has, everyone who's ever been in a comic book movie in the past 10 years.
Avengers Endgame.
No.
No, okay.
But half the cast was in American Hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. Who directed American Hustle?
David O. Russell?
Yes, thank you.
I remember watching a half hour of that and just saying, man, this guy really, really wishes he was Martin Scorsese, and just turning it off.
Yeah.
And never went back.
I can see that. That movie, I think, is also not great.
Okay. I feel slightly vindicated.
Yeah.
Then.
So yeah, I don't really know how to talk about this.
Yeah.
I feel dumb. It's good.
It's just I feel like the mythology of Scorsese has been built up to such a thing where we, as two idiots, feel sort of like falsely underqualified to talk about him.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. Like, it's fine. Like, he's good.
Yeah.
The movie is good.
Yeah.
But, he's still just a dude.
Yeah, I think maybe that is part of it, is that there is so much mythology around Scorsese.
Yeah.
But he's still just making movies.
Right?
He's still just out there shooting his pictures.
Right? And he's as fallible as anybody else. He's probably made a bad movie or two. I've not enjoyed some of the movies I've seen by him, but that's everybody.
Right, exactly.
Can't all be gold.
Yeah.
This one just happens to be pretty gold.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Everybody pulls in, a pretty great performance. This movie has fucking every actor that's ever been in any movie ever.
Right.
Samuel Jackson is in this movie.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did not see him. Where was he?
He was Stacked Eddie.
He was Stax?
He was Stax.
What?
Yep.
I did not recognize him at all.
Because they never show his fucking face.
Oh, okay. Amazing. That's wild.
He has like 2 lines.
Yeah. He's the black person that has lines.
He is the black guy.
Yeah.
There's like 2 other black guys.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he's
the named black character.
Yep. And then he gets shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
But like, even from the side, I was like, is that the kid? Nah. But then I looked through the cast list, and that is him.
That's wild.
Yep.
Wow.
Kevin Corrigan plays Henry Hill's brother.
I recognized him.
Yep.
Yeah, it took me a minute to place who he was, but yeah. I like that guy.
I do too. Lorraine Bracco is great.
Michael Imperioli in the 5 minutes that he's there, I feel like does good work.
Yeah.
Little baby Michael Imperioli.
Yep. This movie's good.
It's very good.
Yeah. So I know Henry Hill was in Witness Relocation.
Yeah.
But also I remember him doing interviews.
Okay.
Especially in like the early to mid 2000s. Oddly enough, when Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out, because Ray Liotta does the voice of the character in that.
Okay.
Somebody interviewed Henry Hill and had him play Grand Theft Auto. To get his opinion on, how close it got to be, with the actual experience of being a gangster.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous. But also, what a good idea. Oh man, I hate and love that.
So did you know that there's a sequel to this movie that came out the exact same year?
No. Is it Goodfellas?
It is not.
Okay.
So I don't know in the timeline of life where this falls.
Okay.
But it did come out in 1990 as well. There is a movie called My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin and Rick Moranis.
That's a sequel? What?
That is based on the life of Henry Hill.
What?
Being a witness in Witness Relocation. The Steve Martin character is supposed to be Henry Hill.
That's amazing.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Written by Nora Ephron.
That's a great movie. I love that movie. Or at least I did when I was a kid and I saw it.
I only watched it for the first time a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. But
yeah.
It is based on the same book that Goodfellas is based on.
What?
Yep.
So is this like what he got up to once he was in witness protection?
Yep, pretty much.
It's amazing. That's nuts. That's so bizarre.
Just needed to throw that bit of trivia out there for you.
I'm gobsmacked. That's amazing. You know, good for Nicholas Pileggi getting multiple movies out of the book that he wrote.
And I can't confirm or deny this, but there was a TV show called Wise Guy. Maybe it's also based on this.
Very well could be.
I think it's completely different plots. So yeah, that is a real thing that exists.
That's spectacular.
These two movies exist in the same universe.
Wow.
Cinema.
Films. Oh boy. Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. But yeah, man, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know what else to say. Like, it's well acted.
Yep.
Techniques, that maybe it feels dated because it's stuff that I'm used to seeing.
Could be
so much.
Yeah.
But like the dialogue is great and the way it's delivered is great. Like the closed captioning had a horrible time keeping up with how people were speaking,
especially if it was a Joe Pesci scene.
Yes. Yeah. And just the tracking shots are awesome.
Yeah.
Like it occurred to me, or like just the thought occurred while we were in, I don't know, the third or fourth tracking shot of all of the people that like, oh, these are the Goodfellas.
Yeah.
That's nice. We're seeing all of the Goodfellas. I like that.
It's a movie that delivers on its title.
It's true. It does. And that's all I ask.
The only thing I can say is, I think this is the movie that sort of made Ray Liotta's career.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that he ever really lived up to his potential again after this.
Yeah.
But, he's still good and stuff.
He's good in Hannibal.
Yeah.
He eats his own brain.
I mean, it's kind of a great scene.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main thing I think of when I think of Ray Liotta,
really,
is him eating his own brain.
He does that. Yeah, God, that is such a good scene.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the theater.
Yeah.
Just made me laugh.
Was he on a TV show?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Is it Ray Donovan that I'm thinking of with like Liev Schreiber?
I don't know if he was on that or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like he had a couple of attempts at TV shows that never really went too far.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Obviously none of them lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, as I said, I think he has one more movie that I feel like I've seen an advertisement for that's coming out.
Oh, really?
His next to last movie is, of course, Cocaine Bear.
Naturally. Yeah.
He passed away a couple of years ago at this point.
I think so. Yeah.
Pre-pandemic?
I think it was post-pandemic.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah. But yeah.
R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Definitely.
You were a real one.
Yeah. He was.
If anything,
he was a real human.
You were, and you left us Goodfellas and your biography,
and eating your own brain in Hannibal.
Well, that too, yeah.
Which is a hell of a legacy on its own.
Yep. Hannibal legacy.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like that was one of the.
I think you're right.
Weird Hannibal.
Or was it Hannibal
sequels.
Rising?
Oh yeah, Rising.
The prequel one.
Yeah.
I
never saw that one.
I never saw that one either. Yeah. Goodfellas. I don't know that I have a lot more to say about it. It's really good.
Yep.
It's 2.5 hours long.
Sure.
But it did not feel that long.
Not really.
I didn't think.
No. Good use of time.
Yes.
People should go watch it.
Yeah. I think it leaves HBO Max pretty soon, probably.
Okay.
So maybe it won't even be there by the time this episode comes out.
Who knows?
I think that was what spurred me to pick it, is
Okay.
that it was leaving HBO Max soon.
Do they still have a leaving soon category?
There is, yeah.
Okay.
If you knew if you look at the new and it's like new and upcoming, I think is the section. There's just it's not a thing you could look at the way you could before.
Okay.
But it's like a subcategory on that screen of leaving soon. So it doesn't tell you what date it's leaving anymore.
Just that it might.
Just that it might be. Yeah.
Right.
You never know.
Yeah, well, the one good thing is that had it gone before we watched it, I own it on Blu-ray.
Excellent.
So,
I also realized I was calling it HBO Max. It's just Max now. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
I'm a fool. Oh, man. Just take away my cinema card. Give me a reality TV card instead.
Shame. Anything making you happy this past week?
Oh, gosh. I got in the mail yesterday my vinyl copy of the How Did This Get Made Drop Dead Fred episodes. That makes me very happy to have that forever saved on physical media. And I also listened to the re-release of it, which was interesting.
Okay.
There is a part an hour, 10, 15 minutes into it where there is overlapping audio of Paul on a phone call.
Okay.
Talking about some Fast X premiere event, I think. But it's like the podcast is playing,
right.
And then also Paul is on the phone, and it's real weird.
Wow. On purpose?
I don't know. Definitely not on purpose.
Okay.
Definitely not on purpose.
Weird.
He talks about Vin Diesel doing cocaine at one of these events in the past. So, yeah. That's really weird.
Okay.
But still Team Fred.
Same.
Yeah. So yeah, I was really excited to get that in the mail. I haven't
Nice.
listened to it on vinyl yet, but I'm sure it'll be a nice, warm, crackly sound.
Well, sure. The hiss and pops that it was meant to be heard with.
How you want a live podcast to sound. What about you, sir?
Oh, Lord. I'm trying to think. Because again, it's still been shitty. But you know what? I forced my girlfriend to watch a film the other night. Speaking of film, cinema.
Yeah, excellent.
Called Psycho Gorman.
Okay. Of course, film.
Yes. If Psycho Gorman is not a canonical film, then I don't even know what I'm doing on this earth anymore.
It is, I heard they were doing a new AFI Top 100 films just so they could include Psycho Gorman.
It should be.
They were like, this is an egregious error on our part.
It is a movie that I've seen multiple times, and I love. Though I am now into year 3 of waiting for the fucking Kickstarter comic to come out.
Hey, you know what? These things take time.
But it was weird because my lady friend and I, we like almost from like the beginning we started a list of movies that we were going to force each other to watch.
Yeah,
and I put Psycho Gorman on there pretty early on.
Yeah,
but only in the last month or so did I realize that this movie is about her daughter. And so it really made me want to like push that up on the list to get her to watch that. And so I finally did this past week, and she realized that that Psycho Gorman presents a picture of her own future as her daughter will most likely control some sort of psychotic, all-powerful god monster that is out to destroy the world.
Sure. Okay. Whose child won't do that, though?
I mean, I've known some kids, and sure, they all have that potential, but I really feel like my girlfriend's daughter is just going full bore for it. So, like there are lines in the movie that the child actress speaks that my girlfriend turned to me and was like, "Fuck."
That's pretty great.
So that made me happy.
That's a fun experience.
Yep. And also, I just got to watch Psycho Goreman again, so all is good in the world.
That's nice too. Yeah.
Which if you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's what if Gwar made an R-rated children's movie?
Oh, sure.
So
Amazing. Do you have a movie in mind for next week?
I do. We're gonna stick with cinema.
Yes.
Film.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of Martin Scorsese's favorite types of film in the world, we're gonna go see a Spider-Man movie.
Ooh. Okay, I like superheroes. Sorry, Marty.
No, I know that everybody else in the world out now has seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, but I have not yet.
Right.
I know you have already.
I have.
But I would like to go see it, and I'd like to take a field trip and go see Across the Spider-Verse.
I like field trips.
All right.
Those were always my favorite days in school, because I didn't have to be in school.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Flip, flip, flip.
Also, I need to see this before it's just completely fucking ruined for me on the internet.
You very much do. Yeah.
And it's getting close.
And watch yourself.
Yep.
Be careful out there.
Apparently, I have not filtered my words enough on Twitter. Because it's seeping through.
Yeah.
If I have to hear about Miguel O'Hara's butt one more time.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not on Twitter anymore, so
good for
I
you.
missed that conversation.
Good for you.
All right, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Alrighty. Next week.
Yes, we will.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.